Inflation is ruining Florida family homes, and interest rates will go up and go down. And I suspect it's very likely that the Fed is going to play some games in between now and the next election, which will create tremendous inflation, tremendous appreciation. But don't take my word for it. Let's go look and see a real-time example of a property which has insanely appreciated to the tunes of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and yet it was purchased less than a year ago for $16,000. And then recently before that for $36,000. But yet they're going to ring the register and cash in on the massive inflation that's happened for this home. And it's insane. People can't afford to buy homes, and affordability is crushing most people, especially people who are looking to buy homes in South Florida. Now, as we speak, I'm driving on Atlantic Avenue in Delray Beach, which is one of the most affluent places you could ever want to live. The homes that are on either side of the Intercoastal and the communities that are off of or adjacent to Atlantic Avenue are extremely expensive. They are for the affluent only. You must be rich to buy one of these homes. But not all of Atlantic Avenue is the same. And once you get out of this trendy, upscale, incredibly fun, extremely vibrant, unique spot, as soon as you're out of it, you are in a very different market. And if you've watched my videos before as I'm doing tours of Delray Beach, you've heard me talk about it. Once we pass the Penna Center and once we get closer to 95, you are essentially in, for lack of a better terms, a war zone where there are a lot more crimes, there is a lot more danger, there is a lot more drug use or drug sales. And no, I'm not talking about pharmacies. I'm talking about you are in a rough area very quickly. And it's right next to the most affluent, trendy place that you could ever want to be. And it's the tale of two cities. It's the haves and have-nots. But the areas surrounding it will eventually be different. And the home I'm about to show you is a prime example of this, because when I stumbled across it and found it, I almost fell down. I couldn't believe it. And yet, it is what it is. The market doesn't care what I think about price. It doesn't care what you think about price. It doesn't care that an investor bought this for $16,000 a few months ago, and they're flipping it for damn near $300,000. But there's no HOA, there are no restrictions, and you can do whatever you want with the house and the land, as long as it's within code. So you could have a boat there, you could have a trailer there, you could paint your house green or pink or yellow, or maybe start a meth lab. But actually, no, a meth lab would be against the law. You can't have one of those. But that doesn't mean there aren't some in this area. And I got bad news for you. There's a lot of shady stuff that goes on in the surrounding areas. And yet, there's just pockets of it now, because there's massive affluence right around the corner. And cash will always seek its highest value. And the land will always be developed to max out the opportunity for an investor. They always want to max out the highest and best use of the land. And as we drive, you're going to see there is construction happening everywhere around here. But I can also tell you from personal experience, if you stop at the gas station on the right-hand side of Atlantic Avenue on your way out of primetime Delray, which is where we are passing through right now, the odds of you getting robbed at the gas station or scoring drugs or a hooker are, if you're looking for that sort of thing, are very high if you don't know any better. And unfortunately, I made the mistake of gassing up one night a long time ago as I was leaving Delray and I was almost killed. Or at least I thought it was a strong possibility. But hopefully that is not your experience, but I will tell you, you better have your head on a swivel if you're outside of trendy Delray and entering into where we're going now. But we're about to see the most affordable home that I've seen in a long time in this area, but wait till you see what it actually is. And because it's coming in at under $300,000, I can tell you it's probably a fantastic opportunity for somebody who's young and single, who wants to be close to the action of Delray and doesn't want any of the restrictions or the cost of the HOA fees. But what's shocking to me is the exact same price tag of this home is what you used to pay for a home in my neighborhood in Canyon Trails. When they were first developed, you could buy a single family starter home for right around 300 grand and have gated security and have resort style amenities and be zoned for all the best schools and an up and coming neighborhood of lots of other families. That's not what you're going to find here. You're not going to find good schools unless you opt to go private and can afford to do that. But if you're zoned for the schools that are in this area, chances are you're not getting a great education other than a straight education, which might be equally, if not more valuable. But let's keep on going, because many of these homes, and I'll be totally transparent here, this is not the worst section. But if you look off to the right, actually, you can't see it very well, and I don't want to disturb this video, but the left hand of the street doesn't look too bad. The right hand of the street, the homes have boarded windows. There are gates on the windows. There are ironclad bars on some of these windows. And it's because there are drug dealers in this area, and there is danger in this area. Despite all that, there's tremendous opportunity in this area. And all of this land that is available for sale, and most of the original homeowners that, or not even original, but just longtime homeowners in this area, are looking to cash out. And the proximity to Atlantic Avenue is a major factor. So I don't suspect that all of these areas are going to be less than forever, but there are some sketchy places right now. But there's also affordability. And the home I'm about to show you is one of those homes. But I have not seen an updated, look at these old homes over here, right? They're not exactly impressive. And it's not a knock on them, they're just not. I certainly wouldn't want to live there. And it looks like I drove past where I was supposed to go. So let's go backwards, because I think one of those homes is the actual home I was referencing. And this is it. It's behind another house. And the house that we just pulled past was not exactly appealing, but let's check out this one. But welcome to 423 Southwest 5th Avenue B in Delray Beach. And right here, what you have is a $299,999 listed home for sale. And if this isn't proof positive that inflation is destroying family homes in Florida, I don't know what is. But you definitely have ample parking, and you definitely have ample land. And they didn't spare any expense on the landscaping or the fence. The car in the background, which seems to be rotting out of its body. But who doesn't love an abandoned car? And this home definitely qualifies as a tiny home, but it's not modular and it's not mobile. This is a concrete block home, and it is small, which is fine. It's definitely the perfect opportunity for somebody because this home is already under contract. And it'll be interesting to see where it sells because it was listed at just under 300. But I'm gonna flip this around so you can see exactly what's going on here. And I'm assuming this is the formal living room, very spacious. And this area here is probably your private home office with a tremendous view of the rotting vehicle. And God knows what else goes on over there. And to be clear, no judgment, everybody's got to live somewhere. But my point here is this property was sold for $16,000. And although they've slapped some lipstick on this pig, and I hate to use those terms because I know from experience how much flooring, how much painting, how much a new roof costs on a structure like this. And I can promise you they did not blow their budget on a new AC, but they did some really nice things. There are some nice finishings. They painted it really nicely. And it's tiny. And this is the master bedroom. Well, you can't say master anymore, but it's the only bedroom. This is the bedroom. And I'm not knocking this home at all, but I am knocking the insane inflation markup. And I'm really interested to see where this puppy sells, because where it's listed at and what it sells for are two very different things. But obviously, there is no refrigerator, there is no stove, there is no washing machine. For 300 grand, you're getting location, 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 and you're close to Atlantic Avenue and Delray Beach. But good luck brushing your teeth and taking a dump. And I suspect that my inspector would have a field day on the inspection with the electrical system here. But evidently the market could care less because this home is already under contract. And it's even got a washer dryer. But let's see what's outside over here, because I suspect this is going to be stunning. And honestly, it's not bad. This is a huge backyard and it's fenced and it's gated. And someone's going to want to absolutely live here. But they're gonna pay 300 grand knowing that an investor just paid 16,000 for this home. And no, I didn't get the opportunity to meet the neighbor who was walking by, if in fact that was a neighbor, or maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but I do know this area and I can tell you, I would not feel safe living here. And let me retract that last statement, because I would feel totally safe living here. Because if somebody ever tried to break into any place that I live, they would get 44 reasons why they did not want to choose this particular house to rob. But all kidding aside, this is not a family neighborhood where I would choose to live. And right now, buyers don't really have the ability to get what they want. They get what they get and they don't get upset. But this home is 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and it's 546 square feet. But it hit the market at damn near $300,000. And it's under contract. But inflation is crushing the consumer, and it is destroying single-family homes.